I love it. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna get it nice and liquid, but again, you never, once you've alloyed, you never have to worry again about like getting it up to that temperature. Get that out of the way, because I'll need that later.
And flux I don't need. On gold ever?
Well, when you solder, sure, but
Okay.
not for this.
Not for this.
Now, if you're like melting and remelting scraps, then we will a lot of times add like a pinch of borax to kind of clean it. But this is as clean as clean gets, so there's really no reason for it. I mean, if you put some borax in there, it wouldn't hurt anything, but it's just not necessary.
And I can melt down anything. I mean, I have some 18 karat gold. Can you melt down?
Yeah, what you're going to probably want to do though with that is sell it to the refiner and get pure gold. Because the problem is what you'll find is if you melt stuff like 8% tips and try to reuse it and make sheet out of it, it does not behave very nicely.
No. Okay.
So usually what you want to do, like this
Sell it
and sell it and get fresh gold. And yeah. Because what you'll find, the high karat gold is fine. You can melt and remelt the scraps and make them sheet. The lower stuff, and especially the stuff that's been cast, if you melt it, it won't act like this. It cracks a lot, you know, it just acts really funky.
So what do they do to get it to, or they refine it?
It's the same thing. Yeah, they will refine. They're not just melting a few pieces in a sheet. They're doing it in a huge crucible and doing all kinds of, you know, whatnot to it.
And for refining, do you like Marco Polo?
Marco Polo is good. Manhattan Gold and Silver is good. Okay, so now that it's liquid, I can kind of pull back the heat a little bit. And as soon as I see a couple little grains on top, you see that? So that looks roughly half and half to me. I mean, you're not, you know, trying to get it exact. So this, I'm just going to get it liquid, and then I'm going to press with my charcoal block, and then I'm going to stretch this out into a minute. And all I wait for here is just to give it enough heat to make sure it's liquid all the way through, and then it's fine. So I'm just going to sort of slide that over to the side a little bit, just so that it, you know what I mean? And then we'll stretch this out. Now, when you're stretching out and making the ingot, you may need to use a little bit less heat. Because here's the thing. When it gets really hot and liquid, what does it do? It just forms a ball, right?
Right.
So there may be times where you have to kind of, you know, like pull back a little bit and maybe use a little softer flame, just because otherwise it just keeps, you know, balling together. Totally liquid, but as soon as you start getting some liquidity there, you see what I mean? You can kind of start poking it and playing with it, which is fun. You see what I mean? It wants to just belong. So you kind of just, you know. So you're trying to get it pretty even. I mean, you're not going to get like absolute straight, but you don't want like real thick and real thin. So I'm just going to kind of tweak this end a little bit, and then that's going to be it.
One gold stick.
Because basically, the more even it is, the less time we're going to spend foraging, the less time we're going to spend on the mill, etc., etc. But like I said, don't get completely insane either at a certain point, you know, like.
That's the defective one.
Understood.
Teacher is extremely fussy.
But that's pretty uniform.
That one's pretty good. I do a lot of them. A lot.
Jeanette has different standards also than her. I would say that also. She's very
Pretty even. It's pretty even for a.
I'd say that's extremely even and you're out of your damn mind. But okay.
And you see how I'm letting it cool a bit so that orange kind of goes away, and then I'll grab it, I'll cool it on here for a minute or so, and I'll pop it in the water.
Okay.
The thing of it is like it's not really going to hurt this to quench this in the water right away, but there are things that does hurt. So I feel like it's important to not always start habits that are going to then later on you'll do them reflexively and get yourself in trouble. Like if you ever notice if you're trying to make a really flat sheet and you take it and quench it, it warps and it's almost impossible to get it really flat.